Hello and welcome back to the Technomancer. Okay, so got a bunch of different jobs there. Find the rover in the desert. Okay, so I'm gonna start with that. But yeah, so it was a really enjoyable afternoon of Dungeons and Dragons, but yeah, I spent the entire trip with one of my bodyguards playing weird practical jokes on me, First night, dead rabbit in my bedroll. Second night, live rabbit in my bedroll. Third night, woken up by my bodyguard falling on top of me while wearing a wimple because they'd rolled a critical fail on that particular action and had tripped over me. At which point they began running away while screaming about me trying to sexually assault them. Yeah. As I say, the fourth night was the weirdest one, because that was the one where I got back to my tent to find a dead orc in a sexually suggested position, wearing a wimple. I still don't know where the hell he got the wimple from. Yeah, at that point I just burned the bedroll and had done with it. Lord, I think that's the first time I've seen a second one of those critters in here. We also spent most of the trip getting poisoned by our chef because he only had a wisdom of 10. So he kept, failing whenever he tried to actually cook us any food. But no, it was genuinely a very fun and enjoyable afternoon. It helped that we had a dungeon master who knew what the hell he was doing. Because let's face it, he broke out his original first edition rulebook, so he's been playing it for a while, on and off. But we were somewhat screwed over by the fact that our party leader was a 10-year-old girl. This is not a joke, our party leader was a 10-year-old girl. I'm not talking in-game, I'm talking in actual life. She is 10. I'm not going to say she did a bad job or anything, but... Though admittedly, the only time we actually had any combat on the entire route was when we got ambushed by some orcs, hence where the orc corpse came from. And, she had the best... She had insanely overpowered weapons, armor, and stats, and yet somehow she managed to roll a 1 when trying to attack the orc and face-planted flat on the ground. Which was annoying. But no, good game, I enjoyed it, and we'll be getting together at some point in the future in order to, see if we can actually manage to get through the quest. Oh, and I forgot to mention, the practical jokes weren't limited to me. Our paladin's currently hallucinating massively because somebody's been spiking his water skin with shrooms. And we know who that is. It's clearly our ranger because he's the only one who has any knowledge of shrooms. Bombity bombity bomb. The loading times on this game still suck. I mean, at least the ones between locations are partially hidden behind those little cinematics. But, yeah, the loading times suck. Bum 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 bum. Hello, Captain Major.
Captain, good to see you.
Let's start with the
I really
information.
need some information about Scott Seeker's son. Like, what happened to him after he got arrested?
You know how monitored we are, Zachariah? What do you want? I go poking around, we could find ourselves fired. Or worse. For a mutant?
Charisma roll.
Whatever we find isn't gonna bother anyone today, but it could bring some peace to the people who never stopped loving or wondering what happened to the boy. The more I learn about it, the more complicated it gets. I'm just trying to bring some peace, Captain. Just look into some dusty files. No one's gonna care.
All right. Hope you're right, Zachariah. We'll dig into the archives. It'll take some time. Tomorrow would be the earliest.
Tomorrow it is. Thank you. I'll come back then.
Unfortunately, I can't, there's nowhere I can rest in town, is there? How to take that timer down. Oh well.
Captain, good to see you. I know this will sound crazy, but I need your help. The armies. I think I've come up with a way to turn the assembly against Victor, but for it to work, I'm gonna need allies.
That's not crazy, Zach. He's out of control. Something needs to be done. The army always remembers a good soldier's loyalty. Sure as hell can't help you officially, but we'll do anything we can for you under the table.
I'll take what I can get, thank you, Captain. Yes, it wouldn't be so bad if I didn't have to wait. I mean, granted, that's only 12 minutes. So I could theoretically, pause this recording, go and make myself some breakfast, which I haven't had yet, and just wait for it. It's actually not a bad idea. Yeah, I think that's a plan. Breakfast it is. Because I'll say I haven't had any yet. I appreciate this is probably counts as kind of abusing, the game's in-game systems, but I'm not proud. Besides, it reduces the number of these bleeding loading screens I've got to sit through. So yeah, what I will do is I will pause this recording and wait the 12 minutes or so for her to get stuff done and go and make myself some breakfast. So, once we get through this loading screen, I wish I'd thought of this before I went through the loading screens. There we go. Yes, wait 11 hours and 23, 22, 21. So yeah, so I will pause this recording and bring it back just before I talk to her again, so I will see you momentarily. Right, there we go. I have had some rather pleasant breakfast, and we are now 25 seconds away from her actually being able to tell us what we need. Yay for abusing in-game systems. So I wonder if there's any, I wonder if the game's going to tell me off for trying to romance both of them. Or if there's going to be a catfight scene. Hell, knowing Spider's previous approach to the romance options, I can genuinely see them actually letting you romance both, and neither of them even noticing. Two, one.
Captain, good to see you. So what did you learn?
Strange things. Scott Seeker was apparently much more respected back in the day. He even managed to convince the army at one point that he could heal and trigger mutation. The idea of triggering mutations apparently really got some interest, and the army launched a new division and put him in charge. Even brought him a few mutants to run tests on. one of which was his son.
Charming.
Obviously never went anywhere. Nobody got healed. The program was shut down and the mutants, including his son, were terminated. So sad. Almost makes you want to look at the old man differently.
He tried to do everything he could.
Sure does.
Just wasn't enough.
Thank you, Captain.
What a horrifying story. To think that a father's desperation to change his son ended with getting the boy killed.
Which is probably one of the reasons that Scott's quite as loopy.
He didn't start off like that. You've seen how bad those bastards get treated in abundance. No wonder he was so desperate. It was a chance at a better life.
I understand that. Truly, I do. However, I believe that instead of perilously trying to change his son's life, he should have protected his future. Help him live with his condition.
Difficult to say. I understand the desire to try and fix him, for want of a better word. But, you know. So I think that explains why Scott's quite as distracted as he is. Still. Right, so I want to try and get the help of the opposition if possible. Actually, I don't really need... I'll probably ought to go talk to them. I'm not convinced I need them, but it won't hurt to have them. Well, let's face it, 50 base damage plus the electrical. I do like kind of pausing after combat just for a second to kind of... Well, gloat's the wrong word, but you know what I mean. Ugh. Bomb diddy bomb diddy bomb. Ah, truly this is a terrible planet. Well, I'm assuming she can't equip my old Technomancer jacket. I do feel like she should have some proper armor of some description. I wonder why these guys respawn and yet the ticks, are they? The other unpleasant critters on the wall. I wonder why they don't. Dang it. And down you go. Now this should bring us out right next to the, well, what is that, bar? Let's call it a bar, where these guys like to hang out, so that's good. Loading, 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 loading. Bum 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 bum.
Don't know if you've heard, you're supposedly signing a truce.
I sure as shit wouldn't want you telling me mine, but if you're gonna be asking your old comrades for help, I doubt they're gonna want to do it if you're also banding rebels, you know?
Possibly.
Hey, over here. Please, I need to talk to you.
So if I talk to
Hello there,
Polyakov...
Zachariah. What do I owe the pleasure?
Well, now that you're asking, with Victor and the ASC after me, my only options are to keep running or retaliate. To retaliate, though, I need some allies.
I know you're right. Know it's a worthy war you'll wage. Know I owe you. But I can't risk joining with you, Zachariah.
Fair enough.
Don't know you well enough to trust you with my life. Or the lives of my men. I am sorry. And, despite all that, I wish you the best. Wish you success. For our sake, and yours.
You know, clipping through that knife
No
cannot be good for your arm.
Had to ask. Goodbye.
Ah well.
Hey, over here. Please, I need to talk to you.
But still means I've got the army, the mutants, the Technomancers, and Noctis. Which is a pretty good, you know, alliance.
Prison camp riot led to a mass mutant breakout.
Yeah, so I'm gonna go back down to the tunnels this way, I think. Just sprint past these guys because I have no particular desire to hurt them. Not when I don't need to.
Oh, give yourself up!
It's interesting, they've upped security at this checkpoint. Because that was one of the heavy guys rather than just the usual cronies. It's still not going to help terribly much, but respect the effort. And again, no particular desire to hurt these people beyond the necessity of knocking them unconscious. So. Ooh, where's the soldier's breastplate? Can I give that to you? Since you're sort of... No, I can't. Okay. Wonder why not? Seriously? 3 agility. Oh. Doesn't matter, really. On to the underworks and let's get the hell out of here. Go do that quest for Amelia. And then after that, I think it's back to the mutant's den so we can start prepping for our... What the hell is the plan at this point, actually? I have no goddamn clue. You know, if I'm meant to be in on this, hell, it's meant to be my bloody plan, isn't it? Still, at least I've got a good staff for beating up people, and I've got some pretty decent armor for beating up people. Well, I've got a staff for beating people up, and some armor to not get beaten up myself. It's a good combination. You know, and I am not talking to bloody Anton Rogue, because I do not need the help of the Vori. Plus, they don't like me anyway, so I guarantee they wouldn't give me it. Could do with another fluid point, given that I run with all 3 of the passives. But oh well. Aha! No, I don't care enough. I was going to say I now have level 3 lockpicking, so I can go and get the stuff in that chest, but I can't be buggered. Don't think it's worth the time. I'm starting to learn my way around this bleeding place. What are you guys trying to attack? Does one of them clip through a wall or something? Yeah, I think one of them's clipped through a wall or something. There we go. Drop back out of combat mode. Yep. Animals are actually not completely stupid. You know, if they see an area that's got literally hundreds of corpses of, you know, others of their kind, they won't go into it because they're not, you know, idiots. You know, that's called basic survival instincts. You know, and anything that doesn't have that dies pretty damn sharpish. Right, so now we head for the... Yeah.
Hoping to find there, Amelia.
I don't know, debris, tracks, just something to help me understand how a top reacher like my dad could get lost on Eos Chasma, one of the easiest fucking roads on the planet.
I guess he got into an accident, something he couldn't avoid. It's happened to us after all.
Maybe. I just want to find out. That's all I'm asking.
Not a problem.
I fear I may be getting sick.
Sorry, Scott. I understand that looking for the remains of your best friend is probably painful, but Amelia
Yeah, no kidding.
deserves answers.
Even if we find the rover wreck, it'd be easy pickings for a passing scavenger or thief. So there might not be much left.
The fuck you say that for?
He's warning
Sorry,
you.
I just don't want you to get your hopes up.
Whoa, Amelia, ease up. I know you want answers, but it's probably best not to crash while looking for a crash site.
You kidding me? Wonder what you'd say if we actually went fast.
I guess everyone's version of moderate is different.
Yup.
Damn, the rover's still here. I would have bet it would have been scrapped by now.
Well, some parts are goners, but most of it's still here.
Yeah, great.
Yeah. Look, Amelia, I'm sorry, but this time I don't have any doubt.
Okay.
But yeah, I knew it was dead. I just wanted to know how and why. And I still play.
Which is fair enough. I can understand that. Alright, let's loot the gaff. And ooh, Great Master's breastplate. That sounds promising. That sounds very promising. Yep, it's better. It'll need some mods put into it. But once it gets them, it'll... I'm getting attacked by flies. But once it gets them, it'll be pretty decent. Go away, you pesky fly. Annoying, because I'll probably have to buy more metal, but oh well. Grandmaster's gloves, lovely, I'll have them. That's actually really good stuff. Definitely glad I went here. An elite shield. That is going to Amalia, who I think can probably equip it. No, she can't. Chance of disrupting plus 100%. That's a crit. Yeah, okay. Again, I'm now back to carrying too much to sprint. We have a thing here.
Looks like we found a tablet. And it still works.
Scott, I don't know if you'll ever get this message. It doesn't really matter now, I guess. Of my own peace, I just need to... So many things...
Oh god, Scott sabotaged his rover.
My thoughts and breaths are filled with regret.
She's gonna kill him.
I can't even blame you for sabotaging my rover. I was supposed to be your friend. I was supposed to be there for you. I was supposed to try to empathize with all the hurt and fear you were going go
Is there anyone
back
on this planet who isn't a
to
dick?
myself for my own benefit, to have my old friend back. It was selfish. I was selfish, even from the outset. The only reason I ever helped was just to help bring an end to the obsessing. And in the end, my own obsession with that goal led me to take away your son so you would stop. I wanted to take you so far away that you'd have no recourse but to give up hope. But you figured me out. You stopped me, and now I'm paying for it. I'm so thirsty. The rover is becoming unbearably hot. Unbearably hot. Forgive me, my friend, as I forgive you. Tell my daughter I'm sorry for not being courageous enough to keep her by my side. I should have fought for her. Stopped her from being taken away from me. Between the two of us, you were always the better father. Good to your boy. And here I am. Sid, never mind. Farewell, Scott. Take good care of Amelia for me, my friend.
Well, that's awkward.
I can't even... He was here the whole time?
Yeah.
Not even that far from Ophir. If I ever find out who sabotaged his rover...
Play her the
responsible
message.
for him dying. You find something?
She deserves to hear it.
Yeah, I found this. There's a message on it, Amelia. One you're not going to be happy to hear.
Whatever it is, it's better than not knowing the truth. Give it.
Scott, I don't know if you'll ever get this message. I can't even blame you for sabotaging. I was supposed to be there for you. I was supposed to try to empathize with all the hurt. The only reason I ever helped was just to help bring an end to the obsessing. So far and in the end, that you tell my daughter I'm sorry, but to give up courageous enough to keep her by my side. I should have fought for her. Take good care of Amelia for me, my friend.
Where the hell, Scott? Where is he?
He's over there. Save Scott.
I found my father's rover and a tablet he left. You're a fucking murderer. And to think I called you a friend all these years.
What are you... What tablet? What...
You're gonna pay for his death. I promise I'm gonna make you pay.
We've got to talk her down. Use your friendship to convince her not to kill him, or let her do it.
I know Scott took your dad from you, Amelia. I know what he did was fucked up, but I'm sorry. He still means something to me. Please, let him live. For me. It's not like every day of his life isn't filled with suffering. He pays every day.
Charming.
I don't give a shit. I barely knew my dad because of him. You fucking pathetic old piece of shit. Get the fuck out. Just get out. Get out before I change my mind. Hi, Zach. How are you?
Hello, Amelia.
And she has nothing to say now. I love how casually she went from, you know, murderous rage to, hi Zach, how you doing? It's one of those quirky things that you only ever get in video games. You don't get it in any other form of, you know, entertainment. So yeah, we're heading back to the Mutant Valley. But I'm going to do that at the beginning of the next part, because I don't know, you know, if there's going to be a thing right after the loading screen. So, thank you very much for watching, and I will see you in the next part.